Hey dude, in this video, I'm going to give you the entire business plan for you to start and grow an online coaching business to $12,000 per month. No fluff, just the exact steps that you need to take. And you might actually be surprised with quite how simple this is. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the presentation. I want to kick off by letting you know that I know this works because I started a brand new coaching business in the last few months and it's generated $82,000 in the first 7 weeks. And it's not just working for me, it also works for my clients. Like this message from M, who's been working with me for about 3 or 4 weeks or so now. In that time frame, she signed up 6 high-paying clients. And she actually says in this message that previously she was struggling for around 2 years to get any traction with this business. But since implementing the strategies that I'm about to go through in this video, she's got 6 new clients. She had 3 calls in 1 day yesterday, and she's in a very good spot. So this stuff works. But I have a little bit of a disclaimer, right? I got a comment on my last YouTube video and it basically said, you know, this advice is good, but as a young 25-year-old who's not fit, I don't have an offer. So everything that I'm about to say in this video is downstream from you having a skill, some experience or knowledge that people will pay you to learn, okay? If you don't have that, that is your first port of call. Assuming that you do have that, you do have a skill that people will pay you for, let's do this. Let's get stuck into this. So let's start with the most obvious place. What is your offer going to be? We've got Mr. Alex Hormozi on the screen, the king of offers. From many, many years of doing this myself and starting and building and growing online coaching businesses, one thing that I've really come to learn as a fundamental rule is charge high ticket. Don't sell cheap stuff unless you have a huge audience that is relevant to the stuff that you're trying to sell. So, you know, if you build a massive Instagram following as a fitfluencer, you know, somebody who's in mega shape, you've got 1 million+ followers on Instagram and you want to sell like a cheap program to help people get in shape. Yeah, you can make some cash doing that. But even then, I would argue that you're better off selling high ticket and delivering a premium product and service. You're going to get better results for your clients and you're actually going to make more money in the process of doing so. So just stick to the rule, as I've said on the screen, charge high ticket. Don't sell cheap stuff. It's the worst thing that you can do. The second point is you want to package your coaching promised outcome in the shortest time frame that you can confidently deliver results. So it's a bit of a tongue twister. Let me try and break this down so it's really simple to understand. I want you to think about what is the quickest amount of time that I can get someone from point A to the promised outcome that I deliver. What is the quickest time that I can do that repeatedly on average for people? Okay, so let's say your promised outcome is to help people lose 15 kilos of body fat. The quickest time frame that you might be able to do that is 90 days with an aggressive weight loss approach, right? Make sure that when you are packaging your offer and you're putting a time frame on it, that you do it in the quickest time that you can manage to deliver that repeatedly for people, okay? That is really, really key because in this day and age, people don't just want the outcome, they want the speed of the outcome. They want to be able to achieve these things in the fastest time frame imaginable, okay? The final thing is only use guarantees if you can actually guarantee something. You will very quickly burn through your audience, lose trust, lose credibility if you start guaranteeing things that you can't uphold. Okay, so you see it all the time now. Business coaches and gurus promising you 100 clients in 90 days, or you don't pay and I'm going to send you $5,000 back. I'm going to give you a reach around and I'm going to massage your feet. The problem with those guarantees is we see through them. We know that they don't work. We know that they are bullshit. And so you instantly lose trust. Okay, the market is sophisticated. They've seen these ridiculous guarantees downstream from Alex Hormozi's $100 million offer book. And it doesn't work. Okay, so just be honest. What can you actually guarantee? And if it's nothing, don't guarantee anything. Okay, but be really careful about using guarantees in your offer. So the second piece of this equation is your sales process. And specifically, we're looking at a sales process for a coaching business that is between $0 and $20,000 per month. Okay, as you start scaling the income and the revenue of a business, you're going to have different sales process. You might start to have closers, you might have setters, you might go from selling on calls to selling with documents, but we're going to be looking at a 0 to 20K per month coaching business. Super simple. I would just have a booking link for someone to book a 30 to 45-minute Zoom or phone call with you using calendly.com. Really, really simple. And a bit of a pro tip here, you can add some qualifying questions on your booking page. So you head into the call knowing who it is that you're about to speak to. Okay. So like, in fact, if I just show you mine as a quick example here, I very rarely use this anymore because I do most of my selling via a document. But if somebody was to book a sales call with me, they just answer a few questions that look like this. So go view live booking page. When they choose a time slot, they answer these questions. Okay, what's the big goal for your business and lifestyle this year? Why is achieving that goal important to you right now and not down the line? Super, super simple. Okay, so that's that. So back into the presentation here. To help you with your sales process, to help you with the sales process itself and what to say on the calls and how to position your offer and all of these different things, I have a completely free course that is going to help you with that. It's called the Laid Back Sales Method. I'll link it in the description of this video. So if you want to go and check that out, please do. Just grab that, and this is going to be really, really useful for you. Taking payments and onboarding. Now, a massive mistake that new coaching businesses make when they're starting out is they try and hold on to every penny that they earn, right? So they think, well, I don't want to use a payment processor like Stripe because it's going to charge me fees of whatever it is, like 1.5 or 2% or whatever their fees are per transaction. And so they get their customers to do bank transfers, use a carrier pigeon, whatever approach they're using to take payments from their clients. But the problem with that is you're going to have more headaches staying on top of your finances, managing clients missing payments and keeping on top of who's paid, who's not paid, who do you need to chase up. But it also means that you can't automate things like your onboarding process. For me, it's really, really key that the moment somebody checks out and invests in coaching with me, that they immediately get taken through the onboarding process, because it's going to reduce buyer's remorse. It's going to let the person know that they've made a good financial decision. It's going to give them that warm, fuzzy feeling that investing money in you was a good idea. If somebody pays you, they send a bank transfer, and it happens late in the evening, or you're out, you're doing something, you don't see it coming through, and they're just sat there waiting for the next steps and they don't know what the fuck's going on. It creates a terrible first impression, and it often tarnishes the rest of the coaching relationship and the business relationship. So I would highly recommend that you suck up those Stripe processing fees and use something like Stripe to collect payments so that you can automate your onboarding process, etc. It's really, really important. So let's look at mechanisms for results. Okay, so far we've kind of looked at, what's your offer going to be? You're going to be charging high ticket. You're going to package it up in the shortest time frame that you possibly can, whilst predictably delivering results. You know that you're going to be taking payments and onboarding clients using something like Stripe. Now let's look at how you actually get clients results on the inside of your online coaching program so that you can build this thing to 12K a month and beyond. So there are a couple of mechanisms for results. There's a few things that you can do, right? You can give them one-to-one access to you in a closed channel. So I personally use Slack. You might want to use WhatsApp. You might want to use Voxer. You might have a one-to-one messaging platform in your coaching app if you've got a specific coaching app. You can use one-to-one calls. Now, these aren't highly leveraged. They're not super scalable, but they're a great way of getting results for clients. Group calls, these are more leveraged, okay? It doesn't matter how many clients you have. If you just have one group call where you speak to everyone at once, you can work with hundreds of clients, even thousands of clients at any given point, and still deliver the value. Training/learning material. Okay, so part of what you get when you work with me as a one-to-one business coach is all of my learning material, all of the training that's going to bring you up to speed with the systems you need to use, how to deliver results to your clients, how to sell clients. Everything that is required for you to grow a profitable business is housed in my learning material. Now, I personally use School for this, but there are other options. You can use Circle, you can use Kajabi. There's lots of different platforms out there that you can house your learning material. This is really fundamental in a coaching business, because when you think about what's going to get a client results, the primary lever to pull is going to be their education around their problem and the solution to their problem. Now, it doesn't make sense for you to try and educate every single client in a one-to-one environment. Okay. If I had to sit down with every client one-to-one and, let them download all of my information and knowledge by me telling it to them on a call, it would just be impossible. I physically couldn't do that with the man hours that I have working with the amount of clients that I have, okay? So the training and learning material is the way that I transfer my knowledge, my experience, my skills to my clients in a more leveraged way, okay? In-person events. So, we're going to run these regularly, quarterly, yearly, whatever, but in-person events are a great way of, again, helping clients get results. Accountability is the buzzword that we use in the coaching industry, but it's really, really key. Like, is there a way that you're tracking their progress? Are they having to update you on a weekly or monthly or quarterly basis? Having accountability baked into your online coaching program is a surefire way of getting amazing results for your clients. And then maybe they need a bespoke plan or roadmap to follow. So not every coaching business needs a bespoke plan or a roadmap for their clients to get a result. You might have a system where it doesn't matter who you are, you can follow the system and you're going to get a result. One of my favorite analogies that I ever heard in relation to this was the analogy of a brain surgeon. If you have a one-to-one client come to you who thinks that the value of coaching is all in the one-to-one conversations that you have, okay? They don't see the value in the training material, following a set strategy, following a set plan. They want something to be unique and individual to them. The way that you can help them to understand that that isn't always the case is you can say, look, if you went to a brain surgeon or you needed a brain surgeon and there was two to choose from, one of them had done 10,000 operations, all of them successful, following the exact same process every single time. One of them had done 10,000 operations. Some of them were successful because they followed a different approach each time, just testing and doing something unique and different. Which brain surgeon would you like to use? You'd of course want to use the brain surgeon who had done 10,000 proven ways of carrying out the surgery and got the result every single time. And that's kind of similar with these coaching businesses. You don't always need a bespoke plan for the client to follow. So, marketing plan. And to show you this, guys, I'm going to head over to the iPad. But before I do, I just want to reiterate the fact that I do have a free course. It's called the Magnetic Marketer course in my school community. It's linked in the description. So just punch your name and email address into that and you'll get access to that immediately. But for now, let's go over to the iPad and I'm just going to show you very quickly what I am currently doing as it relates to marketing to get high ticket clients for my coaching business. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm running what's called growth tax ads. Okay, so GTA for short there. And these are essentially a profile visit ad which send cold but qualified leads to my social media page, to my Instagram page, okay? So these guys, they're qualified to work with me, okay? And the way that I do this is by having, really carefully thought out SEO in the caption of the ad and also in what I'm saying in the video, which then helps Meta to put the ad in front of the right people. They come across to my page and then I push my most engaged audience members into my long form content, like this video that you're watching now, okay? Now, the whole premise of this is this 7-11-4 rule. I've spoken about this a few times, but it's essentially the idea that people need to consume up to 7 hours worth of content from a brand or a person before they feel like they can know you and trust you enough to buy from you. So the long form content, the sole goal of that long form content is to nurture my leads. Okay, so you watching this video now, it's so I can add value to you and I can nurture you. From that point then, I then funnel people down using the description of my long form videos. So if you look in the description of this video as an example, I can either get people to book a call if that's what I was doing, which I'm not. And then on the call, I close the deal and I've got a happy client with my sales calls, okay? Or I can get them to send me a DM, which is what I do personally. So you can see there's a link there for you to send me a DM on Instagram. You send me the keyword, which I believe is 3 at the minute. We have a conversation, I send you the offer document, and if it's a fit, you become a happy paying client, okay? And we work together. The other thing that I do with my description is I give people an opportunity to download my lead magnet, which is the magnetic course that I've been speaking about in this video. You download that lead magnet, you receive my email communications, And eventually you book in a call or you send me a DM, and again, you become a happy paying client. Okay. That is it. That is how stupidly simple and easy my marketing plan is right now. And that is the exact marketing plan that I have been running to help me generate over $130,000 in the last 10 or 11 weeks or so of this brand new coaching business. So it's super powerful stuff. And that's exactly what we teach our clients to do in detail as well. So that is it, guys. It is really, really simple growing one of these online coaching businesses to multiple 6, even 7 figures per year. If you've got the knowledge, you've got the experience, and you're willing to put the reps in with your content marketing, with having conversations with leads, with putting out good quality information that nurtures them, it is really, really simple to do. If you'd like some help with this stuff, then please do just follow the instructions in the description. I'd love to have a chat with you about your business idea. Maybe you're already operating a coaching business and you just want to take it to the next level. Follow the link in the description. Drop me a message on Instagram. Go in and consume the course, see how you find it, and it would be great to potentially work with you in the not too distant future. But until then, I'll leave some videos on the screen for you to watch if you haven't seen them already, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love, guys.